good? What's happening? It's the kid Arthur McMillan. I'm checking in from Knoxville, Tennessee. And when I'm not working on my game, I'm soaking up game with the Power Forward podcast with Raylan Wood. So if you're a real hooper, or maybe you can't hoop but you love hoops and you like hoop talk, check them out, man. Subscribe and tune in.
Hey, what's going on? It's your Michael Blair. I'm coming to you live, man. Power forward with the power forwards, man. Real and Wood, man. The hottest podcast coming out soon, man. Guys, great platform, great look, man. It's an honor. It's an honor to be on this platform with you guys, man. Much love. One love.
Yo, this Jazz Kimmer checking in, East Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm always rocking with Power Forward with Rail and Wood. Check it out.
This your girl Jazz Lewis over here at We Working, and I am definitely rocking with the squad, Rail and Wood. Make sure y'all go check them out.
Brandon Lopez, you're in beautiful Houston, Texas. You rock with Power Forward, Red and Wood.
Welcome back to Power Forward with Rail and Wood.
What's going on, man? We got a special guest, my favorite point guard ever, joining us today, Dre Mathieu.
Hey, what's up, man? I appreciate
man.
y'all having me, man.
Before we get started, I gotta go and ask you, man, who was the first person? No, I ain't gonna ask that one first. What was the most embarrassing moment you done ever had on the court?
Most embarrassing moment? I ain't gonna lie. I got tip dunked on at Rocky Top, and everybody was in the stands. But it's a tip, it's a tip dunk though. So I mean, I was chilling. I try to get the little easy board. Man, some dude was flying. Two hands too.
Oh,
I try to get him back though. I try to dunk on him back. Don't get into it.
We already know you got some in the highlight reel, man.
yeah.
Who hops did you got, man? So, Dre, man, before we even get all the way into it, for all the people that don't know, man, tell everybody where you from, dog.
Man, I'm from right here in Knoxville, the Lonsdale area, man. Really, Lonsdale forever. So it's where I've been. It's where I am.
Yeah, for sure, man. So, bro, thinking back when you first started, man, when did you fall in love with the game?
I can remember as far back as like my grandmother, my dad's mom. She got me a basketball goal. We were just talking about this the other day. The Fisher Price. I was like 2 or 3. And I just remember, like, I wanted her to let it up. Let it up, Granny. I don't want it on the regular size. Let it up. That's all I remember. I used to go to her house just for that, just to play on the Fisher Price. And, I mean, I think since 3, man, I just been into it. Just, like, really head first into it.
Yeah. I know for sure you got a love for the game, man. And I admire that, man.
Yeah. I like to pride myself in that though, man. Like, I got a different joy about it and different thing that I like to bring to it. I want to have fun. This game supposed to be fun. It's a reliever. It's not a stressor.
Yeah. I like that, man. I like that. So, man, I did a little research because when I moved here, I think you was in high school. You was kind of like on your way out, of Knoxville when I was kind of coming in. But I did a little research, bro. I did a little research, man, and I started scratching the surface for the middle school scene. And I'm hearing rumblings of a Northwest squad, man. I'm hearing.
We had a couple. You want to talk about my 6th grade year? That team.
I mean, tell me about what made you choose Northwest first of all.
All my friends went to Northwest, and then I'm from Lonsdale, so basically, if you Lonsdale, you going to Northwest. And man, I was excited about it. All my friends was already there. I was the only one still playing junior pro. Cause I play up with Wood. And I'm a year younger than Wood and them, so I play AAU. I play everything. I play up with them the whole time. And then middle school hit, and I'm out there the only one with Jazz and them on middle school. I mean, on junior pro. Like, man, they all in. So when I finally got on that middle school team, I was like, yeah, I'm here where I belong, my boys. But that my 6th grade year, it was cake, man. I played every game, and 6th graders don't play every game, but we up 25, 30. If it's tied at half, it's gonna get out of hand eventually. Man, we won the championship by what, like 38.
38. And we beat DJ and them by 38 points at South Door.
We had James Gallman, probably the best middle school player I've seen besides Steele. Got to put Steele
Still,
in
yeah.
there,
Right.
but Gallman, he really had the crossover, one dribble, all them pull ups that people just now really getting them step backs out. That Gallman was doing that. We had Rorex at the point. He was so solid.
Yeah.
Defensive, led the team. Then you throw Rodman, Jamie. Jamie was, whew, man, you talk about a man amongst boys. And who I'm leaving out? Jock shooting threes.
Yeah.
You got who else we had? Well, it was a couple more. James,
DJ was on that team.
DJ, man, we was so stacked. And then our class under that we had already been together. See, these boys played AAU together the whole time. So we used to watch them, and we the younger group of them. So we thinking like, oh yeah, we good. We were so talented, man. I remember we beat Beard in my sixth grade first night. I scored. The crowd went crazy. Yeah, sixth grade.
Everybody in the crowd going crazy.
It was tough too, up and under. It was so tough. The crowd was going crazy. Like, who is this? Yeah, I remember that, man. But yeah, that middle school, we had them arguments to this day that middle school team, man, might have been the best ever. And not even because of people like me, because of them older boys. Them boys, they was in a class of their own, man.
Man, for sure, man. Looking at Northwest, it's kind of funny to hear y'all talk about that group, and then maybe I don't know 5, 6 years after y'all come through, here comes Deshaun, Tiajuan, Roman, that whole.
Yeah, that's the team they talk about. That team right there.
Yeah.
And then they talk about Dutta and Lucky's team as another team. But man, I'm telling you, we had 4 Luckies on one team, man. It was crazy. No joke. Like, them boys all played football for real. So when they got in them lines, our practices used to be like, I've been in college practices. As close as just them being like physicality, that middle school team was probably more physical than my high school team, because them boys was I mean, well, me being a 6th grader looking at them as 8th graders, them boys looked like grown. They was grown ups, man. We was tiny, and them boys was lifting weights already. They was different. Different.
Yeah, for sure. So man, he transitioned out of Northwest. And then we move into high school. Y'all boys rolling together, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all,
I was up there waiting on him. I couldn't wait till he got there, man. I was like, man, I can't keep going through this. I can't wait till my little brother get here, man.
Hey, we went through it that first year for sure. That first year, man, we was young, but we was battling. We was getting thumped, man. I tell you all the time, we had 4 wins. They don't believe me. Like, y'all had 4 wins with all them people y'all had, but our conference was so good as far as like Oak Ridge was good, Powell was good that year. They had Jason Seymour and them boys. Oak Ridge had Quinn Shea, who is the best high school player I played against, hands down. He did everything. I mean, if you went to the game and you didn't hear Quinn Shea down there 3 times, he must have been injured or something. Because, that dude rebound, he assisted, he on the top of the press. That dude was, oh my God. But our freshman year, man, it was a rough little stretch for us, man. We had some rough ones.
Man, I think that's what build their character, though, man. A lot of people now they see, they just want the instant satisfaction. They want to be good just like that, and don't realize sometimes you got to go through it first.
You got to take them bruises. We definitely took our licks and we handed them back out over the next few years. We handed out them licks back out. We was the big dogs.
My junior year was the first time a Central team had beat Oak Ridge in 20 years.
Man, it was boys or girls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, at Oak Ridge too.
And it was at Oak Ridge in a new gym.
Man. My sophomore year, I remember that. Mm-hmm. That was a good one. Both of them was a good one that year.
Yeah.
Our junior year, both times Oak Ridge. We beat Oak Ridge on the 2 free throws. Because Rogers flipped out.
Yeah.
He flipped out. Went off on the ref, man. Flipped out. Yeah. I remember that, bro.
That. So, on this show, we talk about it a lot, bro. Where did your chip come from? The chip you had, where did it come from?
I think really, man, it kind of like it's a lot of factors that went into it, from like playing AAU and being that guy. Like it really started. I ain't gonna lie, it started when we became the Travelers, And when we became the Travelers, I was playing. I was getting minutes, you feel me? But we brought more guys in. It kind of, you feel me? Me and Lopez being the younger boys, we kind of dwindled to the back. I remember going to Nationals, we played Joe Jackson, and I ain't played the whole game. It was the last game I played with Jazz and Howard, the Travelers team, and I ain't played the whole game. And I just remember like telling my mama like, dang, what's the problem? You feel me? Like I've been doing this with these boys for what, 4-5 years now? Like, dang. So I remember getting back, and I remember Eric, who was my step pops at the time, was telling me like, you just gonna have to get better. And it just since then I don't know. Me and Bub, D brother, Bubba Dub, going to the center every day. I'm talking about every day of the summer. Bub taking me to the center. We working, and then it just kind of became something that I just started to like, man. Like working hard, man. It feels good to you when you really can see the improvement. Like you feel the improvement, and all it just come out like where you want to go back and you want to see what you can get better at the next time. And I think I just developed that trait where it was like we was in the gym. If we weren't in the gym, we was at the park. And I remember me and you, we used to be playing against Tiny Man Vol. We used to play against Chad and them. Just whatever we could do to get better or to set ourselves apart, we was on it, man. And I don't know that. And then, you know, I always been small, always been a tiny one. So it was just, I think it's that little man syndrome in me too, man. Got the want to fight.
Yeah.
Man, so bro, you know, your name, when I moved here was ringing bells, you know, as far as like high school basketball, stuff like that. Let me ask you this. When you was in high school, who was your rival around town, man? Who, that player that you know, you got up for him?
I ain't Wood can tell you it didn't matter who it was. I mean, I had guys that people used to be talking in the back like, yeah, you can't, like Dion for instance, Jalen Lawson. Really, it was the older guys. Like when I'm a freshman, they talking about me, comparing me to Lil Shannon, you know, Gallman, them, Nana, them boys. Like, but it didn't matter who it was. If it was the worst team, best team, I had that same mentality. Like, cause you can go out there and underestimate you want to, and they ain't gonna talk about what you did good. They gonna talk about what that other person did good against you. You know what I'm saying? So I took it personal with everybody. Like I'm like that to this day. I don't care if we in the park in the Y playing with some 5 randoms. I'm trying to win. Like I don't got no time for no losing. No, go back and tell your friend, you know, we played Dre at the Y and we beat him. He ain't even that good. Now next time I see you, I gotta be the real. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't no time for none of that. We got it over with early. Anybody, whoever it was, we was taking them on all challengers. From when I was 5'2" as a freshman to when I hit my growth spurt, it was all challengers. Bring them on.
For sure, bruh. So I got a quote for you. I want you to hear this.
I'm listening.
Somebody said that it is a travesty that your jersey is not retired in the rafters, and that we need to start a protest. If we gonna stand up for a lot of stuff in Knoxville and sports and stuff like that,
we gotta start a protest, man, because Jesse Smithy about started it already, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know, man. I mean, to go from Central being nothing and we won a couple district, I think we either won or tied for district my last 3 years. Yeah. I'm the only person to district MVP 3 years. Like, I probably lead in scoring, assists. I don't know about rebounds, but steals definitely. I don't know, man. JD Lambert, man. I was nice to you, man. I fool with you, JD. Every time I saw you in the hallway on what's up, how you doing? Yes, sir, man. Come on, man. All my friends, real talk, from Lester to Rico to who else? Somebody else just got just recently got their jersey. I don't know if Lopez, Galen. Well, still, I know still, but still older than me. But Lester, Galen, Jalen, Rico, Ty, them boys got their jerseys retired, man. I'm like, man. Man.
I think it's coming. I think it's coming.
I would hope so. I mean, like Like recently, I've been telling people, man, I played pro basketball. I graduated from college. I thought them was you feel me, the criteria. Like,
Yeah.
what more do I need? NBA? Sheesh. If they only knew how hard that was.
Hey, for real. For real.
Well,
Great, man. Who was some of your rivals in high school?
well, like as far as my class, it was you had the guys like Dion Fair, Ty Green, Rico, them boys, Jay Lawson, Lopez over at Austin East, which
I knew
my rivals was my friends, really.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Hey man, I feel like you forgot two names, man.
Who you leave out, Will?
You left out two
Took, yeah. Took was a
and
rival.
Lonnie.
And who?
Lonnie.
Can't leave out Lonnie, man. I was
Can't leave
more
out
so
Lonnie.
thinking. Well, Tukey, like I said, Tukey was a rival, but that was another one of my friends. Really, them
Brother, yeah.
West boys, them West Fulton, Austin East. We ain't play Austin East the first 2 years. We played them with Trave the 1 year, your junior year,
Yeah.
or was it your senior year?
My
We
senior
played
year,
them
we
your
beat them by
senior
30.
year. You only played them once.
Yeah,
I
we
played
beat
them
them by
twice.
30.
Yeah, we played them your senior year and my senior year. We played them at Austin East my senior year. That game was crazy with Lopez. We played West every year. D Jack, them, Devin, Jeremy Brown, Lil Otis, D King, them boys. Them was all my friends. Lonnie was the only one that really just wasn't in the group that was a real just competitor dog
Killer.
all the time. That man was so fast, like so fast. And he came out of nowhere really with that bunch. He played my sophomore, my junior, and my senior year, but he was
Yeah.
like
He
somebody
had
they'll just throw in there to distract me a little bit when DeMarcus or one of them boys or Tucker, one of them boys was tired. But our senior year, man, he caught a lob on us at Oak Ridge, bro. 2 hands. I'm talking about took the wind out of us, man. We was fighting too. I'm talking about 2 hands. Like I'm thinking I'm the only person in the district really dunking, and Cuz just caught a 2-hand lob and he played point like me. I'm like, okay. Lonnie was a big one. That was when I left. I'm trying to think anybody else who just really was a rival. I mean, we had our rivals, but we ain't really. Powell wasn't really after my freshman year. Powell kind of fell off. Halls was actually Halls was still pretty good. They had a lot of their boys, but our district wise, I mean, we ain't really have too many. Hey, one of my rivals for real though. Now I think about it, Skylar McBee. Skylar McBee,
Hey.
Skylar McBee or Skylar McThree, man, I'm telling y'all, every time we played them, we'll be good. Wood, I don't know why they always had y'all boys guarding when they should have had me on them. But anyways, y'all was older. I ain't had no problem guarding the other boys out there running around. Y'all had to deal with Skylar. Every time we played them, though, man, in my line, Wood, he finished 25 plus every time, and it was the most wild 25 you gonna see. I'm talking about he banking threes.
Tough shots though.
He's struggling like because he the only player and we running at him, but he just whatever he wanted to do, man, he did it. Tough shots, man. Tough shots.
So Dre, man, what I want to know is when did you start recognizing, your ability? Like, man, I got something special.
Like I'll say my junior year is really when like I said, I started hitting the growth spurt. My sophomore year, I was still small. I was like 5'2", 5'3". I think Jesse Smithy did a little story on me or something about me and Dion being the small guards leading our teams. And it was my sophomore year. I was still tiny, man. I'm thinking like, man, I'm never gonna grow. I'm smacking the backboard. I'm jumping, touching the rim, like all that. I'm like, I'm never gonna grow. And if I don't grow, I don't know what's gonna happen to me. You know what I'm saying? Because all I was hearing, this the time where if you too little, small guard, you too small, you too small. Like they was really like even colleges was like pushing that narrative like you a small guard, you never gonna play unless you get stronger. You feel me? Or you never gonna play unless you get taller, or you get a jump shot. And in reality, I just really kind of grew. Once I started to grow, my mind state started changing. Like, oh yeah, I'm getting to that size where ain't no small guard, no tiny guard no more. And I started dunking. I started I was just running past guys. We going to camps. I'm getting 30s. Fall league games, I'm getting 30s, 25s. I'm just doing whatever I want to, and it's starting to feel like, okay, we could really go play college basketball. And I remember telling my mom, like, man, I'm good enough to do this. And she believed in me. And then, man, I got a couple of offers, not a couple of offers, but a couple of letters start rolling in. Them little letters, where you just they don't mean anything. Now that I've been through the recruiting process, that don't mean anything. They just send them to 100 different players that day. They might send 100 more out tomorrow to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But I started getting those, and I'm like, well, now we got a chance. And I go to some elite camps. We go to team camps. At the team camps, I'm really like always, if not the best player at the camp, I'm top 5, top 10 players at the camp. Where from my junior year to my senior year, we go to UTC the summer of my senior year, and they offer, because like I said, we dominating at camps. We winning every game. I just had 30, 25 game winner. We winning big. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's like, okay, UTC offers. So when UTC offer, we go to MTSU the next week, and they take me on like a little cart tour of the campus, and I'm really thinking to myself, like, we just went to 2 camps in 2 weeks, and both teams is showing interest. So I'm thinking like, oh man, I'm hot stuff, man. I'm about to have 2 offers. So the UTC thing, they end up being the only one to offer. MTSU, I guess I'm still too small guard. They had big guards, Curry Hammonds, them boys. I respect it, Gallman. But I get back to school one day, just after talking to my mom the night before, and I'm like, I think I'm gonna commit to UTC. So I tell myself, like, go talk to my head coach. We're about to commit. I go talk to my head coach. He's like, all right, in between classes, he's like, I'll give the coach a shout and let him know what's going on, because he was good friends with the coach. And I'll give him a shout and let him know that you're ready to commit and you're ready to be a mock. I had my UTC shirt on. I'm hyped. Man, they tell me we signed a 6'5" Lithuanian kid.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay, he's 6'5" though. He's like, yeah, but he's gonna play point. To this day, I'm gonna get back to the story, but to this day, I don't think that Lithuanian kid played a single minute in the States, like a single minute. And what's even crazier is after I went to Moorhead, which matter of fact, I'll just get there. So ends up UTC don't wanna offer. I mean, don't want. Well, they basically say they holding a scholarship. I don't know how that works. Like I said, going through the recruiting process again now.
Right.
How they held the scholarship, I don't know, but basically had me just lingering around. So as the season go on, my senior year, so teams start to come into practice. I had TSU come into practice. I had Wofford come to practice. I think I had Arkansas State come to practice. We started having junior colleges coming to practice too, like Motlow. I got an offer from Odessa in Texas. I got if I ain't tripping, I got an offer from New Mexico Military, which me being a JUCO kid, which I'll get to later. I know these JUCOs is like, knowing what I know now, I would have went to one of them right out of high school. Because when I was coming up, the thing with JUCOs was that ain't where you go if you're a good player. That's where you go if you're a bad student, or you just a player that can't really fit in anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, man, I ain't going to JUCO. That ain't where you go. My grades is good. I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? But not knowing JUCO ain't just about bettering yourself grades wise. You really become a better player because the systems be a little, little hectic. It ain't major D1. It's crazy. Right. But so the JUCO is offering. I'm listening. But my mom, like I said, I got that in my head that JUCO is not the way to go. So it goes on. TSU, they're like, the whole time they're telling me, like, we're gonna offer. We like your game. They came and saw me like 4 times in a matter of 2 weeks. Like they're back and forth. We played Hardin Valley. Hardin Valley wasn't very good. I had a triple double. I remember my coach leaving me in the game just to get one more assist. Like, get you one more assist for your triple double. You know what I'm saying? I had a triple double.
Right.
They lead that game. They talk to my grandmother. They talk to my mom. They talk to my dad. They talk to everybody. I'm talking about the whole family. Like, I'm thinking TSU about to offer. Like, TSU black school. I'm cool. I'm all for it. So we play in the district championship game. This is off of me having a concussion. So I'm playing basically with a concussion. I got my rib pads on, all that. The game before that in the semifinals, I done flipped, got a concussion. Third quarter, I'm out the game. So we go to the championship game. I played well in the championship. I think I finished like 17, 18, a couple of assists, couple of rebounds. I never heard from them again, TSU again.
Wow.
So, well, I did hear from them again. Like I said, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Right.
It's power and forward, right? We'll get to that, man.
There you go, baby. There you
I'm
go.
telling you, like,
There you go.
so it ends up, man, Arthur McMillan. I don't know if y'all know him, but he was at Moorhead.
Yeah.
And so somehow, some way, Arthur put the word out, and through a third party, like literally a third party calls my head coach to talk to him. Like, we want him to come up here for what is it, preferred walk-on position, a tryout, basically.
Yeah.
So I go to the tryout, and luckily I got Kenneth Fareed on my team. So, I mean, all I'm doing is running. I'm just playing basketball. This is smooth. They tell me when I get, just play, man. We don't care about none of that, because the coaches couldn't watch. So the players is the ones who told the coaches, and the assistant, like the graduate assistants, is telling the coaches how I play. So I do the little tryout. I kill at the tryout. I'm talking about, like, kill to the point where they're like, you ain't got, like, even the players like, you ain't got no offers. Like, why are you trying to walk on here? What is you doing? Right. And I'm in my head, I'm like, I don't have no offers. Like, that it is what it is. I don't understand. I average 24, a lot of assists, some steals, rebound. I did everything. Like, no offer. So coach bring me to the office, like, preferred walk on. You play top 8. Remember that top 8 thing. You play top 8 minutes as a freshman, as a walk-on freshman. I'll give you a scholarship the next year. So I'm like, man, I tell my mom, like, it's 3 hours from the crib. It's not that far. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can come see me, come to games. I mean, I know somebody here, which Arthur actually ended up leaving when I got there. So I didn't know nobody there, but I was like, man, I know somebody there. You feel me? I'm going to go ahead and agree to do this. So I signed up, and I ended up at Moorhead. And that really, I mean, the situation wasn't bad because I played, but like the I guess we could say the way that it was handled was off to me, man. And that's really why I left. I would have stayed if I felt like I went in the coach's office after the season over, and I said the top 8 minutes. I started with probably the last 10 games of the season. Like after
10,
after Tukey. So after that, I missed 2 games. They made me. I was really, I ain't gonna lie. I was ready to call it quits. I wasn't going back. I remember they called me one day. The coach called me. He was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "What you mean what I'm doing?" Like, dude, I'm not coming back there, dude. He like, "You gotta come back." You feel me? Like, so I drove my I remember I drove my aunt's car, because they was like really, like, we had a road trip, a 2-game, 3-game road trip to Illinois. We were supposed to play Eastern Illinois and SIU, I think.
Right.
So I'm like, man, I'm not going on a road trip, man. I just lost my best friend. I think I want to play basketball, man. I am chilling. So I get there, I'm laying in my bed. I remember getting back to school, and I'm just laying in the bed like, man, why am I even here, man? Everybody at home, you feel me? Like, why am I even at school? And I remember the coach calling my phone, like, what is you doing? The bus about to leave. And it's Donnie Tyndall. So if you ever heard Donnie Tyndall talk, he's like, what the fuck are you doing? The bus is leaving. You're not staying here. And I'm a walk on. So in my head, I'm like, bro, I am a walk on, bro. I'm not this important. So we get to the road. I end up going. You feel me? Like, he's like, this is not just a cakewalk. I understand your friend, your brother, whatever, but you feel me? You still got stuff to do, and I want you to come on this road trip. We need you on this road trip. And I'm like, need me, bro? I ain't played the last, like, 4 games, bro. Like, I've been sitting on the bench. Like, you need me. Like, you ain't need before I left. So we go, and the whole trip, I'm really just like practice team. I'm just practice team, but I'm killing the whole time, the practice team. I don't know what got into me, what was different, But my mindset was different. I was in attack mode. Like before, I don't know if it was the freshman jitters or what, but I was just kind of timid. I wasn't really attacking the basket. I'm on fast breaks, getting stripped. Like, bro, come on, man. You've been doing this your whole life. That weekend changed the whole season. Cause I mean, we went to Austin P the next game on the way back. We had a 3-game trip. We went to them two, and then we came to Austin P before we came back home. And I had my season high, like 12 points. I hit 2 threes. I got foul shooting 3. I've never been foul shooting a 3. Like, I was playing the 2, though. I wasn't playing the point, which was my position. I was playing the 2. But I'm playing. I'm starting. I'm controlling the game. Like, we played a 2 guard, so I'm really controlling the ball. I'm controlling the game. I'm D'ing up. I'm a freshman, walk on, starting game. So we get to the end of the season. Coach tell me in the office, man, call me in there for the meeting because I'm really just sitting around, like, telling my mom, like, if I don't get a scholarship and I done played all these minutes, I'm gone. Like, I made my mom, I'm gone. I don't care. I need a scholarship. Like, my teammates pumping me up. Yeah, you need a scholarship. You deserve a scholarship. So I'm like, I go in this meeting, man, the end of the season meetings. He like, man, if it was up to me, you be my starting point guard today. If the next year's season started today, you be my starting point guard, hands down, no doubt about it, because of what you've shown me. But you didn't play in the top 8 minutes, so I can't give you a scholarship. And I'm like, bruh, you feel me? Like that should, what you said first should override what you
Anything you
just
said after that.
What you like, so.
You know what, though, Dre, not to cut you off, man, but I think that say a lot about that coach.
Yeah, honestly, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even have to say no more, really. You feel me about that? Boy, that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
And I'm pretty sure if you ask me, I say, yeah, I told him that. I definitely told him that because and I went to talk to my mom. I remember telling my mom, yeah, he ain't trying to give me no scholarship, mama. And she was like, well, what you want to do? I'm like, I go JUCO because all my teammates, literally, I don't know if y'all know how the mid-major rosters be set up, but half the team is JUCO boys.
Yeah.
Right.
They cleared that narrative of you only go JUCO if you got bad grades. You only go JUCO if you can't really play ball. You feel me? They cleared that. Them boys telling me, go JUCO. Go JUCO. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. You're going to thrive. Your game is fit for it. They done spent the whole year with me, and they been JUCO boys already. So I'm like, all right, we'll see. But I got to throw this in there. UTC definitely called back. They definitely called back. Was on some, we want you to come sit out a season. We'll give you a scholarship the next year. And I told myself, like, man, I ain't gonna lie, UTC. I go JUCO and I don't get up to where I can go to UTC on scholarship and play the next year. I don't need to be doing this no more.
Right.
And that was that.
Right. So how did you so you end up, you leave Moorhead,
yeah,
and you end up in JUCO, but how did you go about picking the JUCO?
So I ain't gonna even exaggerate it. I wanted to go west. I wanted to get away from home, really. And it was so crazy because I knew they was playing, like, all my teammates, like I said, they were JUCO boys. They was coming from Texas. They was coming from Florida. They was coming from, you feel me, New Mexico. Them type JUCOs out there, them Western JUCOs. So it was crazy that the first school to call me was Central Arizona. And they called, I don't know how they got in touch with me. Well, I do know. Now, the assistant coach at UTC, well, he wasn't the assistant anymore. He had got off the job. He had went and just was being a dad to his kids, basically. And he was real cool. He was the one that wanted me so bad off the rip. I think the head coach wasn't really feeling it. But he basically talked to one of my the JUCO coach that called me and was like, look, I got you a kid. He don't want to go. He don't want to come to UTC for a year and sit. So we want him to go JUCO. And he called me, and the coach was just like, look, man, I remember I'm in the car on the way home from Moorhead with my auntie, like, man, I'm about to go home and chill, man. I ain't got no workout. I ain't had no workouts today. Everybody got something to do with the team. I ain't on the team no more. I'm going home to chill. And I remember Central Arizona called me. He's like, what's up, Dre, man? This is Coach J.D. Pollock. Central Arizona Community College. And in my head, I'm like, Central Arizona? Like, bruh, how y'all even get my number? Like, how you even, you feel me? How you even know who I am? And he's like, man, look, we watched a little bit of your film from this year. He's like, you can go, man, and we want you to come and be our, like, this the first phone call. We want you to come be our guy. And he's like, I'll have my head coach call you later. We already ready to offer you a scholarship. I mean, whatever we got to do, we want you. And I remember coming home. I remember getting to the crib like, y'all, I got a call from a school in Arizona. They want me to come out there. And I'm like, everybody like, Arizona? And I remember my little brother D like, bro, you going to go, bro? You might as well go. And I'm like, yeah, I think I'm going to go. And then this whole time, I know I'm going. I'm going. It's Arizona. It's gonna be nice. I looked up the weather when they told me to, because the coach like, look up the weather. You'll see the weather's always nice. It never rains. You feel me? I was in Moorhead. Moorhead is Eastern Kentucky.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the coal mines, and we see deer running across. It wasn't the nicest place. So I was like, man, I think I'm gonna go there. I think I'm gonna try Central Arizona, because literally it was probably 4 or 5 JUCOs that, like, top JUCOs. Central Arizona probably was the worst JUCO I talked to, man. Because even Walter, I'll say Walters even was better than the Arizona team. But I'm thinking like, man, they really called me. They really want me to come be their guy. And I'm coming from Moorhead, where I'm a walk on, where I'm nowhere near the guy. So you like, you feel me? I might can get with this. And I get out there. I remember when I got out there, I had on a hoodie. I had on a
Oh, it
hoodie.
was sweet.
Would know. I wear the hoodies because, man, everywhere you go it's cold. So I'll be like, man, if I'm gonna be in the car, it's cold. The plane gonna be cold. I don't fly on planes. It's cold. Man, I get out there. It's 112. I'm telling the coach, man, can y'all just get me to my room so I can change clothes? But I just remember getting there, man, and it was like they kept their word, man. Them, to this day, them probably the best 2 coaches I ever played for, because they never went back on their word. They never went back on what they told me, that you're gonna be the guy, you're gonna play big minutes, you're gonna lead this team, we want you to be this leader. And then them telling me that, it already kind of instilled it in me like, man, I'm about to go in here and kill. They about to put the trust in me. Like, the only kid from the East on the team, they about to put the trust in me. Oh yeah, we straight. So I remember the first day of, like, pickup that coaches and them had. I swear, I'm swinging from the rim, 2 hands, and I'm just pointing it. I'm pointing it like, I'm telling the coach, like, you ain't make a bad decision. I told you, and they love it. They love it. So I'm just like, man, we is good, man. We is good, and all my teammates kind of climbed on board, man. I'm just like, okay, I see this thing gonna work, man. This thing. And then I remember another day, like literally like a week or 2 later, we had like 1 or 2 players that had just been coming back. So that we didn't have no returners, like 2 players returning. And I remember they was both Seattle boys, and they was I don't know what it was. We was doing like an East versus West thing, because we had 2 players from New York. We had like 2 or 3 dudes from New York, and a couple just random Arizona, like random students that was in there with us. So, man, we get the plan. We done been playing pickup for 2 weeks now, maybe a week and a half, and they get to talking like, man, y'all ain't that good. Y'all ain't that good. And one of them like, y'all just be hyping Dre up. He ain't even like that. And I'm in my head, I'm like, bro, I don't even be. I treat y'all like teammates. You feel me? Like, I talk my trash, but afterwards we all good. This getting a little more personal. You feel me? So I remember on the court, my coach is on the sideline. We stopped the check ball. I'm like, hey, bet 20 we win this game. Oh, you want to bet your 22? Bet that 22. We won the game because I ripped one of them and shot a 3 instead of taking the layup. You know what I'm saying? I shot the 3 like it's ball game. And I remember walking off the court like, I need my money. My coach is just smiling because, like I said, they knew what was going on. And I think that was the turning point to where all my teammates were just like, this man is really like that, and we're gonna ride it. We're gonna hop on board, and they did. And man, that JUCO year was probably, like I said, my favorite coaches all time. And that year we overachieved, man. We finished sixth in the country, and we really lost. We lost one teammate, and my friend that just passed. He from Vegas, a guy named Caleb, 6'8". We lost him in the last game of the season. He tore his Achilles. So we only had one big man. If you look at our roster, we had me and another kid that went like that was really just, you feel me? We was the ones that was gonna go. I'm the only one went major. We had a mid-major that year, and then we had two more kids that were that kind of got in by their coattails. You know what I'm saying? Got in barely, but man, that year, man, we finished. Like I said, we finished sixth in the country. We beat the number one team in the country. We beat the number 4 team in the country that year.
Dang.
We beat I think we lost twice in the conference the whole year.
Yeah.
We won the state, sub-state, anything like that. And we like that. I don't think it ever will happen or has happened since I've been there. I mean, like that year, man, that JUCO team was like, you go just look us up, man, on YouTube. Check us out on YouTube, Central Arizona. We got a little tape. We got a little tape.
Do I smell another? Do I smell another retirement ceremony, Linwood?
Yeah, definitely. He ain't even told you his accolades yet from Central Arizona, man.
Yeah, man. So
Oh man,
well, tell me your accolades from JUCO, man. Since you just went in there and kicked that, you know, I ain't even.
let's see. I got the athlete of the year at the school. I got player of the conference, JUCO All-American. I won the small player of the national tournament. What else? I won National Player of the Week. Every award, MVP award that I could have got, Juke, I won it.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man.
The beautiful part is, bro, before we even move forward, is from right here, though.
Yeah, from right here, and yeah, we'll get to that when we move forward. From right here, y'all know where it's going after that. Out of JUCO, from right here.
Yeah.
Right here, man.
Right here, man. So, who was recruiting you? You lighted up. Who started recruiting you?
So the first schools to recruit me was Albany, and I want to say Western Carolina.
Yeah.
UT, Texas El Paso came in. San Antonio lasted really. They was probably the only school that lasted my whole recruitment. Like, they really made it through my whole recruitment. Like, their assistant coach Guster, he was man, he was straightforward with me all the time. And then it was a lot of small ones, and then we went to we played the number one team right after the Christmas tournament. The Christmas tournament, when I dunked on the 6'11", and they started ringing a little bit.
One of those.
Then, yeah, you too, man. I got some stuff on there, man. When y'all leave this, go to that. There's some stuff on there. But so I dunked on the 6'11", started getting some little interest from the small mid-majors. Then as the season went on, we winning. I'm dominating when we winning. And it was the JUCO, which is ironic. The JUCO writer, recruit analyst, was like best friends with my head coach's dad. So when he heard that, you feel me, I was doing what I was doing, it was a chance for him to come see an old friend and me. So he was coming to watch any big game we had, because we played some good ones. Like, I said, we played probably 5 top 25s that year, including the number 1 team, the number 4 team. We were just playing top games. So he's coming to our games like, man, every big game we had, they showing up. So then one day I talked to Ole Miss. I talked to literally UNLV. I talked to UCLA. I talked to all of them in like a week, and they all come to practice the same day. Like, like a pickup session. Like they all there, and I'm just like, man, what is? You feel me? What is going on? Pepperdine, they all there.
Yeah.
UCLA coach stay a little longer. He say, I want to see you. I want to see something. So he tell my coach come over there, talk to me. He say, hey, they want to. My coach is real laid back, big, strong. I mean, he like 6'5" strong, but he's so cool, so chill. He's like, hey, they want to see you catch the ball, do one crossover, and score. I'm like, that's easy. Like, but you got 3 seconds, buddy. I'm like, I'm like, all right. I do it. I'm telling you, I do it. I do the crossover and I dunk it. It's .6 left on the clock. I'm talking about my teammates. Like, dang. Even my teammates is like, yeah, we knew you was gonna do it like that, but dang, like, you feel me? Like, literally one crossover, it's a dunk. The coach, he talked to me like, yeah, that's impressive. I ain't gonna lie, that's impressive. That's really what I wanted to see if you had that speed that everybody's been talking about.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I get to my dorm to take a shower. By the time I got the dorm, my coach like, hey, buddy. I'm like, what's up, coach? Like, you feel me? What's going on? He's like, UCLA, they want to offer. I'm like, what? Like, UCLA, that's terrible. I remember calling everybody like, bro, UCLA just offered, bro. UCLA just offered. Like, UCLA just offered. And I remember everybody just being like, so what you gonna do? And I remember telling them, they Adidas. They Adidas, bro. I can't do no Adidas school, man. I remember telling them, would no.
Yeah.
I told them that the Adidas, I can't do it. But I might though.
But it had to be flattering though, man.
Oh man, it was really like, if you can say that moment where it's like your hard work really kind of like paid off, man, that was that moment where my hard work had paid off, man. Because I was like, UCLA, this is what they talk about. You know what I'm saying? They talk about going to UCLA. People dream of UCLA. That's their dream school for some people. I had never in my mind even imagined like UCLA, man. I'm thinking I'm going JUCO. Like I said, I get back to UTC, maybe Moorhead on a scholarship this time, somewhere like that. I'm not really setting my standards just like crazy high, but I'm also not setting like crazy low. So I'm like, man, I should get an offer from somewhere. So, man, the UCLA offer comes, then Washington State, they creep in and they're pushing. And then Ole Miss really start to push. And so, like, all these schools is pushing. And then UNLV came and saw me. They wanted to offer, but literally the day after the day they came and saw me, their point guard who they was recruiting, he committed. Like, he panicked, committed. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So it was just different schools it was like every day. Memphis, they came in, they was on me hard. And so it got to the point really where I had to tell my coach, like, coach, we in Arizona, all the schools that's really recruit me is East Coast schools. So they at 10 o'clock in the morning, it's 7. I had to tell my coach, like, yo, like, coach, like Josh Pastner, man, from Memphis was the wildest about it, man. I'm talking about he's calling 7 a.m. Like, Dre, voicemail, Dre, this is Coach Josh Pastner, Memphis basketball. Give me a shot when you can, man. I'm like, bro, it's 7 o'clock where I'm at. My first class ain't till 10. Like, dang, give me some time. So it was crazy. Minnesota was actually like the last school, not the last school, but like one of the last schools to recruit me. And I remember I was coming back from my visit from Pepperdine, and I'm in the airport, and my teammate called me from New York. He basically like, my dude about to call you. My brother just called me, said his friend from New York just got the assistant coach job at Minnesota. Said he about to call you. They want to talk to you. Or he was like, can I give my brother your number? They're gonna call you. And I'm like, who gonna call me? He's like, Minnesota. I'm like, Minnesota, like, yeah, boy, Minnesota. And his New York voice, yeah, boy, Minnesota, boy.
Yeah.
You was turned, boy. You just coming from Pepperdine and you Minnesota about to call you turned, boy. So I talked to the Minnesota coach in the airport leaving from Pepperdine, and he's like, we want to come see you tomorrow. Like, no wasting no time. First time talking to him, like, we come to see you tomorrow. And I called my coach, like, coach, Minnesota just called me, said they coming to see me tomorrow. And I remember my coach Jordan, He like, well, I guess we'll set up a play date. 10 minutes later, Pepperdine coach called me like, I heard Minnesota coming to see you tomorrow. Well, I'll be on a flight right behind you. I'm not gonna get out. You feel me? Out work. So my coach just going with the flow. Like, well, Memphis too. Why not? Memphis show up. Damon Stoudemire from Memphis.
Yeah.
That's who came and saw me. I remember calling y'all and saying,
Yeah.
"Bro, Damon Stoudemire was just in here watching me work out." Like I remember that. Like, bro, he was watching me work out, and I was killing. Like he thought he liked my game as a small guard. I remember that, man.
That's what's up.
And I don't know what it was about Minnesota, but I really gave him a shot. I guess it was the Big Ten and the fact that he kind of told me what Arizona, Central Arizona had told me, like, we're gonna put the ball in your hands and we're gonna let you work, which he did. My junior year, I worked. But
Now,
I remember going on my visit to Minnesota and them telling me the weather was supposed to be fine and it snowed in May. and I still went, man.
Yeah. Now you had Coach Pitino, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Richard.
Yeah. You had Richard Pitino, man. I remember seeing you there. And one thing that I thought was always crazy about Minnesota was, what's that atmosphere like playing there? Because that gym is built a little different, ain't it?
The Bourne is so turned, like so live, like the way that the floor being raised, it's like you really on this main stage. So they got the student section under one basket, then you got your family on the other, then it's just like fans like kind of under you everywhere else. So it's like when it get loud in there, you can kind of, because the floor is up, you can feel it like rocking for real. Like you feel the floor like rocking. Like it's been times in there we couldn't even, like, you can't even hear yourself tell somebody like, hey, I need, like Wisconsin at home when they were ranked in the top 10, and Ohio State at home probably were the wildest games. Like when Wisconsin had Decker and Kaminsky,
Yeah.
Big
and
tank.
they had Jackson's son. He was good, but man, we beat them boys at our house that year, and it was rocking. I'm talking about rocking in there.
That's a rivalry, ain't it? The Minnesota.
That was our rival. And what's crazy is we ended up playing them in the tournament one year to get a chance. If we played them close, we was getting in, man. They beat us by like 25 points, man. I'm talking about wiped us on national television. Wiped us. Them boys were so good. I know, like Kaminsky now, he in the league. He's still in the league, and he don't really Decker. They in the league now, man. Them boys is good, man. Them boys was so good.
Yeah. I think people underestimate how good the guy that plays sparingly in the NBA, how good that professional guy is.
Yeah, like when you see them boys and people be like, I think I can beat. No, you can't. You can't. You can't, man.
Real.
Not even, like, people be like, I probably shoot better than Ben Simmons. You probably don't. I'm telling you that. He's a pro, man, regardless of what's going on. If you put that man in the gym, because he's getting reps, that's their job. Like, professional basketball is their job. I've been there. If you ain't in the gym, you probably in the room sleep. Cause ain't too much. I don't understand them boys get in trouble. I guess the NBA different, but being in the G League, you want no really much time to do wild stuff. If you want to, you can, but you in that gym, man, because the guys is good. They're good.
Yeah, for sure, man.
So yeah, man. And the crazy thing for you is it don't stop there.
No.
Up in college, you kept going.
Yeah, spent the whew. Well, get back to them dark days, Wood, man. spent some time in the G League. The G League was cool, man. It was kind of more like, I don't know, man. Them dark days where, when I say them dark days, real Wood know it was them days when I'm like, Wood, they ain't trying to play me, and I need to be playing. and
Yeah,
I'm in
yeah,
practice killing, man. Like, but
It's all love.
The G League was really it was like a what's the name? That was an eye opener to me because my first game in the G League, I came off the plane, went to one practice the first day, then the next morning I went to shoot around. And they put me in the game. That's how it worked. I knew 4 plays, and I was the point guard. Man, I was moving so fast. I'm talking about like a blur. Like when you see in movies when stuff just be and they got the horns. I remember playing because what's my boy name played with OJ Mayo? Was it Bill Walker?
Yeah.
yeah.
He played with the other team. I remember him getting the ball on the pick and roll, and I'm just full speed and I'm running through and I'm trying to swipe through, but he take wrong steps, he fall, and I remember his teammates like, dang, you trying to take him out, which was my teammates. Remember, I went to that team's
Yeah.
training camp.
Mm-hmm.
So these was my teammates that I was playing against, dudes that I was in training camp with. Because I go back to that training camp. I was the last guy cut off my training camp team.
Yeah. You got that call.
And then I got a call like I remember I'm in Kentucky with Elijah. I'm in there just chilling with Elijah. And I get a call from a random number. He's like, yeah, this Coach Woodley for the Iowa Energy. You want to come play basketball? He's like, are you doing anything? I'm like, man, of course I want to hoop, but not right now. Like, you feel me? This is a bad time. I'm not even home. I ain't got no bags packed. I ain't got nothing. Like, I gotta go home. So I actually don't even go home. I just get my mom and them to pack me a bag up, my little brother and them to pack my bags, and they send my stuff back to meet me halfway in Kentucky. I fly out of Kentucky. I don't even come home. So it was literally like a 2 day turnaround. Like I said, I go to practice. I play that first game. That first game, I think I had 14. I shot 2 for 2 from three,
Yeah.
which, wow, wow, wow. I only shoot jump shots. 2 for 2 from three. I had like 4 assists, 4 rebounds. I wasn't player of the game, and I remember the next game I didn't play at all, and they brought in another point guard. And in my head, I'm like, bro, like that don't really make sense to me when I just played well. I should be, you know what I'm saying? I can play here. Like I show myself I can play here. And every day in practice, I show y'all I can play here. So I played sparingly a couple more games, got in and out. I think I had
You got another.
another 9 point game, another good game. I had like 2 or 3 or more good games, but
Right.
it got to the point where the way the G League works is like, or the D League at the time, you could have two-way players and then, or 3 2-way players, and then anybody else from the team that you're affiliated with, if they come down, you got to put somebody else off the roster for that game. And I
Right.
was ended up, and so we had a guy that was a 2-way player, but the Grizzlies had cut him. So when the Grizzlies cut him, he became like a free agent. So he was strictly G League. And basically what they did is like took him and you feel me, basically told me, you can stay here, you can practice with the team, but you won't be getting paid. And I was like, man, I'm not really feeling that. So my college teammate, he was Latvian, my guy Otto, he calls me like, yeah, man, I see you in the G League. Are you playing still? Because I got something for you in Latvia, my home country. And I'm like, man, I'll go to Latvia. He's like, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Well, turns out the guy that he was talking to, the agent that was basically putting us in touch with each other, told him Latvia, and I was in Estonia, which Estonia and Latvia are literally, you can drive like you drive across Martin Luther King. So if you drive across Martin Luther King, you're in Estonia. You drive back across coming to the west side, you're in Latvia. So it's really like right there. But man, that experience, man, to this day, man, that was like they put me at the top floor of this like private school, like dorm room type joint, man. I didn't have a oven, no stove, nothing to cook with. I'm just kind of just freelancing. Everything closed at like 8, 7 o'clock. Man, they didn't give me no cell phone, no Wi-Fi. That place was that was dark. But I played well. I played well over there, and so I came back home. Fired 2 agents now in Wood.
Yeah.
So we moving towards third agent. This one, Jesse Smithy, really just jumped on board and was like, "Man, you too good not to be playing basketball. It's like you're too good to not be playing." So he started pushing for me. We go to some more camps and whatnot. We get some stuff done, and I end up in Sweden, which Sweden was a lot better for the fact that I started with the team. I started there from day one. It was an understanding like I'm here with this team, and turns out Sweden was crazier than Latvia because in Sweden I don't know how many different teammates I had like that they would just if you didn't play well over a certain little period of time, they getting you out of there.
Yeah.
And literally, man, I remember the preseason I played well, and I remember the first game I didn't really just dominate, but I played well. I controlled the game, and the coach came to me like, is this what we brought you here for? And in my head, I'm like, bro, you all right, bro? Like I just had like 12, 14 points, you feel me? So this was we went on a little 2-day trip. So we was down scrimmaging. The next game, I played really well, like really, really well. So now he's all, yeah, that's what we're talking about. The next day, I played really well. So the season start, and some teammates are struggling, some not, but we going. I start the season off in Sweden. I have 27 the first game, 27 my second game, and after that, it's like everybody was like on point, like. They trapping ball screens.
The
Man,
secret is out.
they is clogging the paint. I remember I think I had like the next game I had like 6 points and it was like a rough six too. Like I remember I was killing. I was on the road my first 2, 3 games and then they started keying in. They was sitting in the paint. You know, ain't no defense at 3 seconds overseas. So they sitting in the paint, big boys. They trapping ball screens. They really just kind of trying to force me to shoot jump shots, shoot threes at that. So I'm still getting out in transition. You feel me? Scoring in when I can. Then we just basically, man, our team wasn't really that good. So basically, it turned into like the American show, like where I'm scoring, like I'm getting out the gate scoring, and and I had some real big games. Then we go through a little rough stretch where just the team period we just not really clicking. But I'm still playing well. I'm still kind of getting my numbers, not really just like outrageous numbers. But I remember talking to my agent and I'm like, why am I still here? Like you get what I'm saying? Like why am I here playing for this team, making this little bit of money when you told me like I just gotta come play well early and I'll be all right. He's like, well, I mean, you averaging like 12 points a game. I'm like, dang, I done got down to 12. I'm out here like not, you know what I'm saying, not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So I come home. My uncle passed. I come home for a week, I think, maybe 5 days. I go back. Literally, I fly back. I'm on a 38-hour flight with layovers and everything. I get there that morning. When I say I get there, my coach is like, "We need you to come play." Like, like I had 1 point that game. Literally 1 point. I'm talking about the rim looked like a little cup. I'm telling you, there's nothing going in. I'm still getting to the rim. I'm dead tired. You feel me? Water ain't cutting it. Like I've been on a plane from America to Europe for 38 hours, and I just played in the game. Like this is nuts. Like if in reality, like if my agent was really on it, he would have told me don't play. But I needed it because I hadn't been playing professional, so I needed it. I go out there and play. I don't play well. My coach is flipping out. We look bad today. Like duh. Like bro. Like long story.
I
So we
took a long flight.
we get back. We practicing. He take me out the starting lineup. We done brought a new guy in. He brought a new random dude in who just was out there just basically basically, man, no joke. This guy that coach had brought in was playing on our team, trying to get a tryout for other teams though. Like, if that makes sense. So the
Yeah,
only reason he was on our team was to get with somebody else's team.
that's
Like he
fact.
just popped up, randomly practiced with us, and then next thing you know, he dressing playing. We like, what the heck? Like, bro, like what? Like how that work? And they paying him like on like a weekly, 2 weekly salary. I'm like, bro, this is nuts. This is nuts. Like, and he's shooting a lot. You feel me? He just basically coming in, trying to play the point. And in my head, I'm like, bro, this is like, you feel me? It wasn't broke before. So you feel me? He really hurting my number. So he leave. I come back from the funeral. They done went 0-3. They mad at me because I took an extra day or two, you feel me, instead of like, man, I'm grieving, man. Like, y'all don't understand. I ain't seen my family in 5 months. This is my uncle. This is my real uncle. Like my when my dad and them wasn't there, this was who was coming to take me to football practice. This who was coming to, you feel me? So in my
Sure.
head, I'm like, man, y'all tripping. Like, you feel me? Y'all tripping. So I mean, we go to the Americans meeting where we got to meet the sponsors, all the Americans. We get there and the GM is there. He come tell me afterwards. I'm like, cause they shorted my pay, like for missing them games, but they had told me before I left, like it wasn't gonna affect nothing. It was grievance. I was grieving, so they was gonna pay me. They short my pay. The GM is like, yeah, he was at every game, so he's like, yeah, I know I told you this, but it's the owner who's tripping. So I talked to the owner. He's like, well, it is what it is. If you play well, you'll get your money. And I'm like,
Ooh.
if I play well, so I go out there next game, I got like 27. I won player of the week, literally team of the week. They do a team of the week. I won team of the week 4 out of the next 5, 6 weeks. I won team of the week. I'm talking about every time. 27. I remember I had like 26 on one team in the first half, finished with what, like 37 would, like
Yeah.
just some big games, man. They was not, and it was just like, why am I still here in Sweden making this little bit of money?
Yeah,
Like, why is none of these Swedish teams done realize that I'm dominating and just gave me the money? You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody, somewhere, come get me, because my coach having days where he having a bad day, like, he'll get mad at me for not running as hard as everybody else, but I'm winning you feel me? I'm winning the competitions, but I'm not running hard enough. Like, if we running suicides and I finish before everybody else, does it matter how hard I had to run? Just know I ran hard enough to be first. He want me to be dead, tired. We the only ones, like, Christmas break come, everybody go home. We still there. I'm talking about still there. The Americans, morning practice, afternoon practice, as long as he want to go. And I'm just like, bro, like we the ones who gonna drive this boat, but you was killing us right now.
yeah,
And I'm still thinking to myself, like, why are we here? Like they do a national team break. The Americans, we there, and we working. But my coach is treating it kind of like get a European boy some shine. You know what I'm saying? Like, we the ones working. The Europeans during the morning, they either went to school or they had jobs. During the mornings for us, we in that gym, we doing real work. I'm talking about real workouts, not just like go get you some shots up and move around a little bit. No, we
yeah,
was really working out. And then as the season went along, we got this older guy, my dude Eric Gilchrist, man. He came in, he was playing point too, but he was different than the other guy because he was more so about sharing. I'm talking about he picking at least one or two guys a game, like open court, give me them cookies. Like, I'm talking about dude hands was so crazy, but he was older than me, but he brought in some of that like overseas wisdom because the oldest player on my team that was American was like a year older than me. He had been going through the same thing. So we kind of having days where we like, man, F coach, you know what I'm saying? Like, forget coach, man, he tripping. Because
yeah,
the European coaches is so passive that you would think everything's all right all the time.
yeah,
But in reality, they'll go tell, like, for instance, we had a practice, like I said, my coach got mad at me for not chasing. Like, we're doing a drill where they throwing the ball out from underneath the basket. We run, grab the ball, go do a layup. I'm fast. Like, it's no secret I'm fast. So they throwing the ball, and I'm going to snatch it before they make the 3-point line, and I'm laying it up. I'm outsmarting the coach, really. Like, not outsmarting them, but, like, I'm beating them to the ball. Like, I'm doing the same drill everybody else, but I'm not having to go as far as everybody else because I'm getting to the ball before it get to go that far.
Right.
He's like, you're not running as hard as you can. So we have a talk. I'm like, I'm grown. I'm like, bro, you feel me? Like, you can talk to me as a point guard. I feel like I'm a pro. You should be able to talk to me and let me know like what you think. So we do the drill again. I run real hard. Same result though. You feel me? I'm really selling it. Real hard, same result. He's like, that's better. I'm like, dude, I just did the same thing. Like, like I told him, like, yo, I did the same thing. I just sold it a little bit, like jokingly, because thinking like we good now. He's like, yeah, that's fine. He called my agent, like, Dre was back talking today. Like, bro, that ain't my daddy. That's my agent, bro. You could have told me that. Like that was so passive. But after practice, he dapped me up like, yeah, good practice. Way to turn it on. But told my agent that. I'm like that wasn't the only time that happened. So in my head, I'm still thinking like, why am I still here? Like, I've heard the stories of guys going and playing well in Europe and other teams coming and snatching them off the scene. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can tell, you can see that I just don't belong here. The GM of the team tells me, we both see that you don't belong here, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is. Because my contract, the way it was set up, I had a buyout for $10,000 buyout. So any team that wanted me, they just had to give them $10,000. The teams I'm thinking that should want me, I'm thinking 10,000 is nothing. Like,
Right.
10,000, like, that's nothing. Give them that. I'm gonna give you your return. You know what I'm saying? So that ain't work. So basically, that's we get into the playoffs. We play well. We fighting for the playoff spot. We get in the playoffs. We lose to the team that ends up winning it. And I remember the season being over, and I'll never forget, man. We having a team party at the end, and the owner of the team say my name completely wrong.
Oh, man.
Like he's like, and Drew, the way you were running and dunking, I'm like, bro, like I've been playing here the whole year and you didn't know my name. And so that was kind of like the icing on the cake. Like, I tell my agent, like, look, if I don't get out of here, I'm not playing basketball no more. Like, I'm not coming back here. I refuse. Cause I don't know if y'all know about Umeå, Sweden, but it's like Alaska. You know how Alaska at nighttime it get real dark. Like, it's like super dark. Like, it's like that. Like, and there's some days where it don't be no light at all, and there's some days where it's light all day.
Yeah,
And
that
Umeå was like,
emotions.
Umeå is like, we'll go to, like I said, we'll have a morning practice at like 10, and then we'll have like another practice, like, so we alternate with our girls team. So we'll practice some days at 3, and some days we'll practice at like 5, 6, and then at night. But after that practice, that morning practice, because I was bad with my sleep habits. I would be up because everybody here is up at 7. So we 7 hours ahead. So everybody here is up at like the time I should be laying down, getting ready to, you know what I'm saying, rest. I'm up playing video games till 7 in the morning. I got to be the workouts at 11, but I'm doing the workouts no problem because, I mean, I don't really sleep at home a lot either. So I'm like, I'm good. But I used to go take a rest right before that practice, but it got to them days where it was dark all day where I'd be asleep and I'd wake up and it'll be dark. Like, I go to practice in the morning and go lay down, and I think I'm late to practice. Like, my alarm ain't set. Like, it's
Yeah.
dark. I'm talking about like how it is outside right now. It's dark, and we had to walk everywhere. They didn't give us cars. You know what I'm saying? So really, that Europe experience, really that Sweden experience was kind of, if not, I won't say worse than the Latvia experience, because the Latvia experience was scary, but like, it was just different, man. That Sweden experience was so just like, it took a toll on me. Like I said, I lost my uncle. I also lost one of my close friends while I was over there too. So in my head, I'm just like, man, I need to get home. I mean, ain't nothing I can really do about what happened to them, but I need to get home to help. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm losing them, I'm losing her. You feel me? Families, just stuff going on. But at
Yeah.
the same time, I'm playing well. I'm playing really well, and I'm getting interest. My agent's telling me just keep pushing. just keep pushing. So eventually my average gets up to like 18, 19 points a game. I was averaging 12 before Christmas, and I boosted my average to 18. And I don't know if anybody's ever did the math for like the average, but it's
Yeah,
hard.
it's
It's
hard
hard
because you
to.
gotta that mean, bro, I mean you had to start going crazy to get your points up, to get up 6 points. And how many games you think?
It was like I'll say we played 36 the whole season, so I was saying like 18 games. Like I was scoring 26, 25, 30,
Yeah.
33s. I was 30, just everybody, and they still doing the same thing they was doing. They trapping ball screens. I'm just getting out in transition. I hit a game winner against the number 3 team in the league. Like I was just wilding, and I'm thinking in my head like, what do I gotta do to get out of here, to go where them boys like. I don't know, like a lot of people don't know about the Euro League, the Euro Cup, those type leagues. Like the NBA ain't the only league. I'm thinking, man, get the Euro League. You can make you a couple M's, couple 100,000, and then we go chill. We go work out other players, work out, you know what I'm saying? But I never was getting them calls, and I'm thinking in my head, like, man, what I gotta do? What I gotta do? So Sweden's over. I come home, like I said, I told my agent I'm not going back to Sweden. I'm not going back to Umeå, Sweden. I go to any team in Sweden but Umeå. If it's like Umeå, then you gotta let me know so I don't go there. So, so basically, what we do is like my contract. The way my contract was set up, they had 20 days to pay me, and the lady, our secretary, the team secretary, had hit me up. Was like, we're gonna be a few days late on your payment. Do you mind? And in my head, I'm like, I mean, do I have a choice? You know what I'm saying? I don't have a choice. If y'all gonna be late, y'all gonna be late.
Right.
So I'm like, man, it's whatever. I really responded like, it's whatever. Whatever y'all gotta do, just do it. So we get to the day where they talking about re-signing me. My agent contacts him like, what's the deal with Dre? What y'all gonna do? Are y'all gonna bring him back, or y'all want to let him go? Obviously, they not letting me go because I played well.
Right.
So they're like, nah, we're gonna sign him to the second part of the contract. My agent's like, boom, here's where you didn't pay him on time, and that means the whole contract is null and void. They're like, nah, ain't working like that. So they start sending me stuff like the money transfer was later than what we had thought, and so that's why he didn't get the money till like 2 days after, and and my agent's like, man, we can take that to court, but the team was not really didn't have the money for that really, so it's like, never mind, we'll let him go. But the agent basically, my agent and my coach basically got into it, and it was more so like the agent, my coach wasn't wasn't gonna have anything to do with me. So if teams call him, he was basically gonna tell them like, nah, nothing, don't take him. You know what I'm saying? So I talked to the guy, like I said, the veteran guy. I talked to him actually, and he was like, yeah, man, I think the coach got something out for you, man. Like, I don't think he wants you to play. He don't like what you did. He said that wasn't right, and they gave you a chance and all this. And in my head, I'm like, bro, they gave me a chance, but that don't take from the fact that I excelled when they gave me a chance. They gave plenty of people a chance. Like I said, the guys was getting in and out. I probably was the only one that just made it the whole time. Like, they played every game, minus the ones I missed when I had to come back home. I played every game, started almost every game. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, I was persistent and I played well. So get home, and man, I had some offers, man. I was sending Wood can vouch for me, man. I was sending Wood the pictures of all the conversations I had with my agents.
Yeah.
Had an offer of 18,000 a month in Greece. I was like, finally, you feel me? Finally, we got that chance. Said my agent called me next day. He's like, man, I don't know what happened, but I got more in the detail about it. He was like, basically what the coach said is that they talked to your previous team, your previous coach, and he said you were a bad guy, a bad teammate, you were pouty, you weren't you didn't build your teammates up. And I'm like, ask my teammates that though. Like, you feel me? You going, like, my teammates would tell you if that was the case, why they want me to come back? Like, why are they trying to get me to come back? So we talked to the GM. I messaged the GM like, man, word's going around that the head coach is putting bad stuff on my name, and that doesn't really make sense to me because I gave you guys what you guys wanted. I gave you a year. I played well. You and I both agreed that I shouldn't even be here. So what's the deal? He's like, he messaged me back and was like, I talked to the coach. I don't know why he would say such a thing. He said he didn't say such a thing, but I know, we all know, the GM was like, we all know that you're a good guy. I'd love to have you back. You were like, you treated me well. You treated me with manners. You feel me? I was yes, sir, no, ma'am, and them over there. They don't even know what that means. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was on that. Like, everywhere I go, I excel to where when I tell people I'm from Lonsdale, it blows their mind. Like, you don't know how many times it's done blew people's mind to be like, yeah, I'm from Lonsdale. And they'll be like, Lonsdale, you ain't from Lonsdale. And you, yes, sir, no, man. Like, bro, we not bad people, bro. We just the environment. But you wouldn't believe, like, at Central, when I meet people from Knoxville that I meet out of town, and they'll be like, man, you went to Central, didn't you? You be like, yeah. Be like, yeah, where you grow up at? Lonsdale. They be like, Lonsdale. Like, yeah, Lonsdale, bro. Like, it's real. But
You
that
know,
whole
Dre, you know what? The whole thing about Lonsdale, man, people like people act like they shocked. But when I moved here, I moved here from, I didn't know nobody. I didn't know a lot of people. Bro, the love that I got in Lonsdale, man.
yeah,
Just
I remember you had my young boys, man. You had them was my young boys.
but
I shine in them my young
but it
boys.
was like, since I was their coach, all of a sudden, man, I'm coming through Lonsdale and people, Coach Jay, what's up? I don't even know the cat. What's up?
Yeah.
But
yeah,
so
man.
I wanted to, I didn't want to interrupt you, but I did want to say this, man, that for anybody that don't really know about Lonsdale, man, the first thing you need to know is it's a lot of love and pride. It's a
lot of love, man.
And I'm thankful. I feel like I got accepted by Lonsdale, so I love Lonsdale, bro.
Yeah, man. We accept everybody. We used to have a homecoming, let everybody come out. Everybody come chill in Lonsdale for a weekend, man. Real talk, man. We show love, like. But yeah, they used to like, man, and like especially like it was crazy because mostly was like white people, man. They'd be so shocked, like, are you from Lonsdale? Like what? You don't act like you're from Lonsdale. Like, how do people from Lonsdale act, man? You go by what you see on the news, bro. That ain't always it. Crime happen everywhere.
Yeah. For sure, man.
So one thing I always tell people is, man, Howard and Jazz are PGU.
Yeah, we have some dogs.
Monty, Tinky Mac. So what
you gotta go?
What did you take from him?
Really, man, Jazz was my neighbor. So me and Jazz, we had some little times where we used to I was doing the moves that other kids didn't think of. Like, I was probably, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I was the first kid to be full speed, one direction, throw it behind the back. You know what I'm saying? I still got that move to this day, snap. I remember Jazz teaching me that. He said he saw somebody do it. I used to go to Jazz's house and just watch basketball, UConn. I became a UConn fan at Jazz crib watching Marcus Williams and them boys, Okafor, Ben Gordon. I never knew who Ben Gordon was.
You was a UConn fan?
Come on, man. I was a UConn fan. Like Ben Gordon, Okafor, Stanley Robinson, them boys, Marcus Williams, them was my boys, man. I was a fan. Like Rudy Gay, I can't leave Rudy out. He was the best one.
Yeah.
But when them boys, I know you might not remember when they played Villanova and all them boys came out in them all red Jordans, them all red 22s, man. Yeah. UConn fan, man. I was a big fan. Like, I just loved the way they played, the way they just, all they guards was shifty, big city guards, get in the paint. Like, we used to go on AAU trips with Jazz and them and just go watch the big city teams play. You know what I'm saying? The Philly teams, the New York teams, the BABCs, the Los Angeles teams, the Texas teams. You know what I'm saying? We used to go and instead of going swimming in the hotel, I'm telling Jasmine, like, we're going to the game. Like, let's go watch the defending champions. You feel me? Let's go watch the team that finished top 8, the Elite 8. I don't care to go to Disney World. I want to go watch the games. And that's one thing I really got from Jazz. Like, we watched a lot of basketball. And when we watched, like when we used to have them little workouts at CEC Wood, I used to spend that extra time with Jazz, and I do some little extra stuff, or we'll do some between the legs, some moves he done saw that he want me to try, because I'm really younger than everybody else, but I'm gonna work. He knew I was gonna work on it. I was gonna try it. And man, I'm telling you, Jazz taught me some stuff like in and outs type stuff just early, where nobody was doing in and outs, and I was in and out, and people, get over here. I'm scooping it, all kind of the floater. I remember when he first put the floater in my game, man. I thought I was, man, I don't know who I thought I was. I was floating it from everywhere. That's what everybody's talking about. That's all little Dre do is the floater. Like, yep, y'all don't know. Blame Jazz, because I was tiny, I was floating it from everywhere.
So what's your advice for smaller players, man? Because, you know, and let me say this before you even say that. You know, since you've come through high school and did your thing, you know, we done had quite a few smaller guards now that's starting to kind of break through and make a name for themselves. But what advice you got for smaller guards that's going through the thing, or everybody telling them they too little, man?
It's you. It's you. It's nothing nobody else say. It's all about you, and you can't teach hard. You cannot teach hard. You can grow and develop hard over time, but nobody can teach you how big your heart gonna be and how hard you gonna play and how feisty you gonna be. And I took that I took it to the heart, like being little, being pushed around, guys. Oh, he's a tiny guy. Like all my friends, like I said, I played up, so all my friends is exploding. They all getting taller, and I'm still 5 foot. They 5'7", 5'8", Trave, what, 6'2", 6'3", 12 years old, man. I'm like, man, I have no idea, like how you feel me? What I'm gonna do to set myself apart. And I started sitting in, man. Defense became my thing. I need steals, because when you get steals, you get layups. You ain't got to worry about the trees. You ain't got to worry about them big boys. You just got to be a dog. And I taught myself to be a dog, man. And my small guys, my small guards, just be a dog, man. Be different. Don't worry about what people saying. Don't worry about your height, because in between them lines, man, I'm telling you, if you a dog, man. They can't take it from you. And don't back down from nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody at all.
So right now in the NBA, who would you like your game to? For those who haven't seen you play,
I'm a 5'10" Russell Westbrook.
Hey,
Brody.
You would know. I'm a 5'10" Russell Westbrook,
hey,
man.
Wood. He sure is, man.
I don't take no prisoners.
Had never seen you play, right?
Yep.
Had never seen you play. So I said, man, I gotta go catch this cat, because they said Dre playing down at the Rocky Top. I had never seen you play, right?
Yeah.
So I said, man, they said this dude can jump, this, that, and the other. You know, I said, man, I gotta go check this cat out. No lie, man. I don't know how tall you were, but you did something that was so impressive to me, man. I didn't even need to see. I stayed and watched you play, and it was good. You know what I mean? But you did something in the warm-up that was so daggum impressive, man. Dude did a 360 off 2 feet vertical. And I lost my mind. It was easy, too.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's when I had just started doing it. This had to be like my freshman year of college.
Ooh.
Had to be.
Dude, you
Had
did
to be.
Yeah, you did a 360 off off 2 feet. You literally right up under the goal, 360, boom, one hand, boom, like it wasn't nothing. And I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
But you know, again, man, I call people who do things that other people can't do like that. You know, to me, that's something that's rarely ever seen, rarely ever heard of. So, you know, I call them aliens, man. Mama, there go that alien.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I like that, man.
So, Dre, man, looking at your whole career, you know, you done took us on a long journey, a long, long journey. The part that's cool for me is where it started from, you know, right here in Knoxville, Tennessee. And you know, you done traveled all across the world and stuff like that. what has the game meant to you? Because it's done showed you a lot, ain't it? It's been good to you, right?
Man, the game really is like I can't lie. If I didn't love it the way I love it, I would hate it. Cause where I've been, what I've seen lately. But it's took me it's brought so much joy. Like I said, it's not a stressor, it's a reliever. And then I like to use that because like no matter what's going on, man, no matter how bad my day been going, if I touch them lines, man, it's like for that little bit of time, man, it's 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 nothing. It's nothing but me between them lines, putting the ball in the basket or doing something with basketball. And I'm thankful for that because man, there's not much that I can do to just ease my mind like that. Like, man, like it's like basketball is like for most people they might say, man, basketball, man, I'll be so tired, I'll be so wore out. Man, I could do it all day. I literally will do it no matter how long it's been I haven't played. I could literally go play basketball all day because it's like I done just fell so in love with it. Like I even been considering trying the overseas thing again. Like I said, with my stories of where I've been and what I experienced, and I really tell people I'm post traumatic from being overseas because just every time I go over there, it's not a good experience. I haven't had a good setup where I'm on a good team that's competing for a championship that's what I'm saying, willing to do whatever to make sure their players are satisfied yet, but I still love it enough to be like, man, I gotta try again. Cause I go play pickup here, I go do things here, work out with the kids here, like, and there's nobody that just hands down, I don't see nobody that can just, what I'm saying, do what I do at the level that I've done it at. And I'm like, man, to this day, like I was telling somebody the other day, I'm better today than I was my last game in Sweden. Like I shoot better, my decision making better. I sit back and watch games. I watch basketball all day. Like since it's been on in the bubble, I don't think I missed a game. Like every game I watch it all day. And then what I've been doing is like my younger cousins, my nephews and my son, I just try stuff with them early because I realized like I never had a trainer. I never had like my dad's not a basketball player. My mom not a basketball. She watch a lot of sports, but she not a player. You know what I'm saying? So I went to jazz. I didn't meet jazz till I was like 9 years old, 8 years old. So before jazz, I was. If you ask somebody, junior pro, EKBL, I joke with Lopez and them about this all the time. I tell them I'm the best player that ever played in EKBL, and I'm from Lonsdale. I tell them that, like, bruh, when we had to play man-to-man in our little rec league, man, I was scoring 20, 25 points as a little jet. Like, they went to zone. It got a little different because teams got to play zone. Everybody playing zone. But, like, since I was 6, 7, 8 years old till I met Jazz, I was already playing ball, like, creating my own skills, really, doing my own moves, just NBA Live giving me the moves to do, or you feel me, like I was different without a trainer. And I tell my mom and I tell my son's mom and I tell like everybody really like he's going to be me, but he's going to learn earlier. He's going to learn faster. He's gonna take what I learned over my time, but he's gonna get that early, and we're gonna compact it in him. And as he gets older, we just build on what we already know instead of learning something new every other year. You know what I'm saying? So like basketball, man, it really changed my life. Man, I would have never been to Minnesota without basketball. I would have never went to Arizona without basketball. Countless AAU trips we took without basketball. You know what I'm saying? My family ain't had the money just be taking random trips, but when it's something that could benefit the future, we all for that. And man, like a lot of people, man, I want to give back to that that I know ain't gonna get it early, but need to get it early. You know what I'm saying? Like I could have got it early, or would, or anybody that grew up with us that got good over time. If we could start it early, like how the Austin Rivers and the you know what I'm saying, them type boys who got people that's up there. If we could get that where, because I told Steele, when me and Steele was trying to get our little gig to go overseas and we was working, I was like, Steele, bro, honestly, nobody from Knoxville can vouch for us because nobody from Knoxville has ever been anywhere.
Yeah.
That's real.
Professional basketball wise, nobody. We the ones that can vouch for others now.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's really what's got me wanting to keep pushing, because I feel like I haven't even got my name out there enough to, if a coach want to know, he can call me and be like, what you think about this kid? You know what I'm saying? And in reality, like, I've been to where this kid is trying to go, so I can tell you if he gonna make it or if he not from here.
Right.
So
Right.
so man, we
Right.
me myself, I'm thankful for basketball, man. I love the game. Like I said, I watch it every day. I really want to play it, but due to circumstances, it's kind of a tricky situation right now. But man, what it's done for me is it's unbelievable. Like, I want to write a book about it, man.
For sure.
Last question, bro. Last question, man. Who is the toughest player you have ever played against?
I was just talking to somebody about this the other day. I might gotta say, like, is it just me straight up or just in the game period? Because
Just in
it's
the
a
game
couple,
period. Who's the best
that
player
big
you played against?
in that Big Ten, man. Well, I can just name off a few, man. I played against D'Angelo Russell. Curris was tough. Denzel Valentine was really good. CJ Fair was really, really good. What was the big guard from Syracuse? Something Tyler Ennis was really good. Aaron Craft defensively really good. Shannon Scott played alongside Aaron Craft. Shannon Scott may have been better than Aaron Craft as far as just what he do.
You know, that's crazy you mentioned that name, Shannon Scott, because you know, I was coaching the Celtics in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember, he was on that King James Shooting Stars team they had in Atlanta.
You know Shannon?
Yeah.
You seen Shannon was so solid, man.
We used to go up against them. They used to be called Inner Strength or something like that before them days. But yeah, we used to battle them boys with
Not many people know about Shannon Scott.
Yeah, he was a McDonald's All-American, bruh.
For real?
Yeah, he ended up being a McDonald's. Remember, he was at a school called Milton.
I didn't know that. The one that went to Ohio State, the same one?
Yeah, the one that went to Ohio State.
I never knew that. That boy, I just thought he was just solid. It just out of
Look
nowhere.
it up, bro. He was a McDonald's All-American.
I did not know that,
Real
man.
talk.
That just blew my mind. Him, let me think of another one that was really, really tough. Just really tough. Like, oh, I played against Scary Terry. Him and Montrez. Montrez had like 30 on us in Puerto Rico, man. Everybody out sweaty, can't even hold the ball. Montrez hitting threes. I remember that game like it was yesterday. Montrez. I played against his name was Nick. What was his name? He was a little guard, played for SMU, played for championship. He was really good. Man, just Kaminsky, Decker, man, them boys, it was some boys in the big Yogi Ferrell.
And Yogi was real in high school, bro.
Yes, Yogi was real as a freshman with them. That's what's crazy.
Oh, Indiana
He
too.
was playing as a freshman. Remember when they was number one in the country? He was playing.
Yeah.
I was hyped about that Yogi game. The thing about the game with Yogi, my little brothers flew up for that game.
Okay.
They had flew in, so it was no doubt about it. It was going down that day. Like Yogi boy, it was a bad day for Yogi. Real. I'm thinking the Michigan State teams with Appling and Trice and goodness.
Yeah.
Whew.
You was in that fight.
Whew.
Right, man. We gonna let you go, but I gotta sign off with a huge moment from you, man. And you shouldn't even have did this. Shame on you, man. You better not do this no more, bro. For real, because you shouldn't have baptized that young man like that. But you know, you was out here playing in the what is this, the pro-am up here, you know, just playing around a little bit, kind of breaking a sweat a little bit. You know, you decided to dust the shoes off, and you know, you coming down on the break.
Yeah. And
man, all I see is somebody do the daggum Statue of Liberty, man, and baptize a guy and shut it down. It was over.
We ain't gonna mention no names. John Doe. We John Doe. He John Doe. We ain't gonna mention his name, but he know who he is though. Baptized him.
You know exactly who he is. And it's so
Man,
crazy because Michael Beasley played on that team, and Michael Beasley's reaction was priceless.
Beasley, on all my friends that's gone, man, Beasley told me, he said, man, look, if you'd have did me like that, we'd have been out here fighting. I said, Beasley, man, no offense, but my neighborhood is literally 5 minutes away. You will be the next day NBA star. You trying to fight me? He said that's how it is in my hood too. I respect it. I said, yeah, Beasley, you a real one. Beasley said, I would not. He said, Beasley, I did not see that coming, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Man, bro, man, we love you, man. We want you to keep pushing, man. Keep pushing.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate y'all having me on.
Yeah, man. Keep sharing your experiences and stuff like that, man, because it's powerful, man. It's powerful. It really is.
Yeah. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man. Getting these stories out, man. Y'all don't know. It's some kids somewhere might see this, man, and decide to keep powering forward, man. Because you never know. It'll be the small things, man. Small things get you going.
Right about that. So, Real and Wood, man, signing off. Appreciate you, Dre.
Peace.